Pick 27. Carlton have selected Jesse Motlop from South Fremantle.
This production line of Motlops just continues. Shifter, tell us about Jesse Motlop.
Oh, well, you've seen a smart forward here, and they can't match the bid. That's the interesting part here. So his dad, Daniel, he had some tricks, didn't he? I remember Daniel developing later physically. I remember seeing him as a very small boy at 17, 18 years of age, ends up a pretty tall and smart player. This boy's got all the tricks. First heard about him when he was a rising star up in the NT in about January, playing a game up at St Mary's. A scout was up there and thought that much of the way he played. He sent a text down, watch out for this kid. Well, of course, he ends up back in WA playing this year. Played in a grand final at senior level in the Waffle. Played in the state games for WA. So typical Motlop ability around the goals, innate ability to spot them, and very creative.
And he's got a build ready to play senior footy pretty early on. He played about 30 games of football this year. So while some of the Victorian kids, Kevin, only played 5 or 6 games, he played in the NT, as you said, then played Waffle Colt, a little bit of senior footy, school football as well, and of course Western Australia. So he's had a really busy period of playing a lot of games of football, and he's just the best natural small forward in this draft pool.
And Mick, you've seen a fair bit of him over there in the West as well this year.
Yeah, certainly have. Look, what impressed me about him when I went and saw him play live was his ability to play higher up the ground. He really challenges the defence. You quite often saw the defenders looking around, not knowing, is he got up in front of me, is he snuck out the back? So he's one of those natural talents that really finds space easily and just creates opportunities for his teammates around him. He played 8 games of league football and looked more than comfortable at the level against men. And as Shifter said, including a grand final at Optus Stadium, unfortunately a losing one. But nonetheless, the kid just looked very, very suited to league football and someone that'll adapt at Carlton, I think, very, very comfortably.
Yeah, and I love this pick for the Blues because it fills a need as well, a specific need. We know they addressed their midfield through the trade period of free agency, getting Chera and George Hewitt. But the small forwards become a bit of an issue because obviously Eddie Betts has retired, the great. Gibbons has moved on. They've probably only got Zach Fisher and maybe Owies at the moment, so they're a bit light on. Well, this guy will fit a need beautifully. He's a goal kicker. As Mick Ablett said, he applies pressure as well. He loves the defensive stuff, can get up and back, and he's a player that is going to put bums on seats for a long time. So how lucky are Carlton fans? Eddie Betts retires and now they get Jesse Motlop, who they can sit back and enjoy for hopefully the next 10 to 15 years.
It's just so great to see so many Motlops coming through the system. You think that they're done and then another one comes in, and Daniel Motlop was a fantastic player. You would have played a bit against him, actually.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. Came through the same time as Daniel Motlop, and he was another one that had all the tricks. He was a highly talented forward in that front half, and now Jesse will do similar things. And as I said, he's got a build ready to probably play pretty early in the season for Carlton, I would think, and a really good kid too, really likeable, really impressionable. So yeah, I think he'll do wonderful things.
Might play against his uncle, Stevie Motlop.
Imagine that.
He's got some of the tricks of Stevie too, so we'll look forward to that.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Now, Richmond is up next. We know that Nick Austin and Michael Voss have been doing their thing for